Hello everybody, we're back with the Interceptor again. My mate came over this morning with a van full of diagnostic equipment, and there was scanners and plugs and cables and laptops and God knows what. And he was here for a couple of hours with this bike, and he's only just gone. We think we found the problem with the excessive fuel usage, and you'll never guess what it is again. It's the ECU. This is the fourth ECU that this bike has had now. There was the one that it was fitted to the by the factory, which went down when the engine blew up and seized itself solid. It was faulty and it didn't show the oil light, and it didn't cut the ignition when the oil pressure went like it was supposed to. So it got a new engine and gearbox, and it got another ECU, so that was number 2. When I got the bike back with the new engine, even when I was running it in, I was getting 37 miles to the gallon, and I claimed on the warranty again. And that was a different dealer then, because I'd moved, and they said that the lambda sensors, which are these, weren't talking to the ECU, so they put 2 new lambda sensors in and still got nothing. So they changed the ECU for another brand new one off a brand new bike. That was number 3. And now my mate has tested this to death, and he said the ECU is only half working. And he showed me on his laptop, he'd got the fuel map up, and between 2,500 and 3,000 revs, it was moving straight up to the maximum fueling all the time. Anything over 2,500, 3,000 revs, it would be on maximum fueling. But idle, it was okay. So I said, is there anything you can do? He said, well, I'm going to check all the sensors, every one of them. So he did, and I said, what about the lambda sensors? Are they working? And then he said, yep, they're working fine. Nothing wrong with them. But he said that the problem is that the ECU is not responding to the signals that it's being sent. So I said, well, look, can you remap the ECU? He said, no, not really, not with this. It's not going to help you anyway. So I said, well, he said, well, you need another ECU. And I said, yeah, but I said, they're 200 quid a time, second hand. I said, but I have got one. So we've changed that ECU for my spare one, and that's the one that came out of it. So I mean, he sprayed and cleaned all the terminals on it and everything, but it's just not having it. So we fitted the new ECU. He plugged into the diagnostic port again, and straight away, because the engine was cold by this time, well, as cold as it's going to get, when I started it up, it went straight up to 1,500 revs, and that hasn't done that for a long time, not since I bought it. That used to go up to 1,500, and then you'd have to wait 10 minutes for it to come down to 1,100. Because I've upped the gearing, it makes it ridiculous, because I've got to thread my way across all kinds of little lanes to get to a main road. And while it's warming up in first gear, it's about 25 mile an hour. So you have to just put up with that until it warms up. But that's now back again now, doing that, which apparently it's supposed to do anyway. So what can I tell you about it? I've run it down to the garage and I filled it right up, right to the neck, reset the trip. It's Stonham bike night tonight, so we'll do a few miles and we'll find out if the fuel consumption's gone up. So I've got to do a few miles first, and then I'll go and top it up again, and then I can work out my fuel consumption. But yeah, if I start it up now, where's the key? Even though it's baking hot, it will still go up to about 1500 revs, I think. Yeah, it's not quite as high as it normally is when it's cold, but that will come down to 1100 when it warms up. So yeah, so with the new ECU, or the replacement ECU, the ECU that we've put in there is off a 2022 bike with 1,030 miles on it, so it's virtually a brand new ECU in its way. Anyway, when we plugged that in, he plugged into the diagnostic port again, got it, and he said, now look at the fuel map now when you rev it. And when he was revving it, it was incrementally increasing across the map. So he said that's working now. I changed the little valve in there and it didn't do a thing. It didn't change anything. So if this is going to carry on playing me up with ECUs, I mean 4 of them now, if I'd got to buy them brand new, that would have bankrupted me. If the ECU on the fueling side goes down yet again, I'm going to put carburetors on it. That's as simple as that, and take that equation out of it. I'm still going to need the ECU for the speedo and the rev counter and all the rest of it, and the miles and everything else, and the ABS and all the rest of the things that come with it. But if it's going to keep packing up on the fueling side of it, and I said to him, I said, do you know why it keeps packing up? He said, basically they're crap ECUs, aren't they? They're cheap old things. I said, oh well. I said, there's an alternative. He said, well, not really, I suppose. No, I don't suppose anybody does aftermarket ones for these, but yeah. So anyway, it all checked out. Everything is now working. It's responding to all the sensors. So yeah, we are getting there now. And like I say, when I'm going out for a ride later on this afternoon, and I shall end up at Stonham Barnes bike night, and I expect I'll be filming something or other there, because there'll be loads of bikes there. Yeah, I'll put this all back together again, and I can then think about the next things I want to modify on it. Everybody seems to think I'm going to chop this mudguard. I'm not going to chop this mudguard. I measured it against the classic 350, and if this number plate was mounted right up to the bottom of that light, that would be exactly the same as my classic 350. But what I was going to do, rather than drill more holes in the number plate, is just, there's two bolts underneath that go into the that hoop. I was just going to undo those, pull the mudguard through a bit more further round, till the Royal Enfield is about there, and then it will look better. It will definitely look better. It's only a matter of drilling 2 more holes in the mudguard, and the original holes will disappear under the seat anyway, you won't see them. And then I can get on with the footrest relocation kit, which I haven't got, and I can't seem to find one that I like the look of. So I expect I'll end up making my own. But it wants to bring the footrest to there. That will make all the difference, that will. So yeah, there is developments and things are happening, and I'm quite liking the new handlebars. They're nice. They're it's very much like sitting on the classic 350 now, believe it or not, apart from where the footrests are. But it feels like being on the classic 350 when you sit on it, so that's a good thing. Yeah, so I've only got a few more things to do. I've still got to change these shocks, and I've got to make some brackets for them down the bottom, which I'll get on with. But I wanted to get it running right. I wanted to get this fuel consumption down. It's just, you know, it's just like between sort of 40 and 45 to the gallon. It's not good, is it? Everybody in the last video said that, oh, you know, somebody said it got nearly 80 to the gallon. Well, you know, he must have been going slow with it, but I mean, everybody was saying over 60 to the gallon. So it needed sorting, and I think my mate's done it. I've never seen a bloke drink so many cups of coffee. I'll give him 15 cups of coffee in 2 hours. He just drinks it, and it drinks it. He said, oh, another one would be nice. You drink that, oh, another one would be nice. But there you are, he's helped me out no end. So, right, we'll do a report back when I've put a few miles on it, been down to the petrol station, got a receipt, and I can work out exactly what it is doing to the gallon. Hopefully it will be a lot higher than it has been. So, right, I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.